So if you have any questions about social media marketing, put it in the chat. Last episode, we'll get started right now. We're live on YouTube. I was gonna put the live on TikTok as well, but I need a better I need a better phone stand. So social media marketing strategies for 2025. That's gonna be the topic today. I have a few predictions and I have a few insights of what is going to be the majority of at least the first quarter of 2025. So welcome back to Fire Hour. On last week's episode, we talked about personal finance and really just the fundamentals, the fundamental principles of personal finance, right? Which is really just three steps. And if you don't pass these three steps, then we really encourage everyone not to move forward because that's just the foundational layer, right? So step one is obviously knowing what's coming in, what's going out, and what's left over. Step number two is your needs versus wants. And step number three is your percentages when it comes to budgeting, right? And Crystal used the extreme example of doing a 50-50 budget, which is 50% for your expenses and 50% for your savings, and 0% for what I call the Las Vegas bucket that my mentor taught me, right? So those are the three steps for your personal finance. If you do not master those, then we encourage you not to pass it, right? Don't go beyond that. Um, that's really the foundation. Whether you make $100,000, $1 million, $10 million, etc., it doesn't matter if you don't know these three things. Okay, so and that's what I've seen. That's what I've experienced at some levels, and that's what I've seen happen to some of my friends as well. And it just goes back to the fundamental principles. And what we're going to talk about in today's episode is about social media marketing, specifically when it comes to the 2025, right? Social media marketing strategies in 2025. And something that I've been noticing over the past quarter to past 6 months, so really past 90 days, right? Because I do believe that things change really rapidly in 90-day sprints. And so when it comes to what I've been seeing on social media, and especially when it comes to like what I've been testing, because I'm actively doing social media, is every single thing has been shifting from, sorry, I think people are having trouble getting in. Everything has been shifting from the old school, the old methodologies and the old ways of doing social media to the new ways, right? And the new way is really about the individual piece of content that you're creating and sharing on social media platforms. And then that piece of content, that individual piece of content, is now reaching the person that's actually interested in that. Okay. So, in even simpler terms, if I like, okay, let's say for example, like I like talking about business. Okay. I just like talking about business. That's my interest. What I'm going to be seeing and over the next 20, the next year, 2025, what I'm going to be seeing is when I post a piece of content specifically about business, the only people that's going to tune into that piece of content is people interested in business. And now, when it comes to the insight that I got from this, right? Let's say, for example, when posting with like the auto shop, we literally did this since 2022. We've only been posting specifically about auto repair industry and the elements within it. And obviously, like that's how we grew, right? But I'm going to share with you something that I was wrestling with over the past like week, 2 weeks, because I'm strategizing for 2025 for our social media content, right? Our content marketing. And what I've been noticing is that everything is really going back to how Google search actually works. And if you guys understand that, what I mean is when you use Google before social media, you would actually type in exactly what you're looking for, and then it would populate a list of, Google searches, and you would have to actually like look and see what it is that you're actually looking for. And it wasn't specific, right? It wasn't specific. And that's why like SEO, like search engine optimization is so big. It's especially back then and even now more than ever, simply because everything is based on keywords. It's based on your exact and specific interest and desire that you want to look for and connect with. Okay. So when it comes to your social media, this is a myth that like I saw being tossed around on social media from like these gurus and stuff they were saying that you should always go broad, like build your personal brand and your business brand broad. But the truth is that if you do that, you really reach no one, right? Because you speak to nobody. So it's actually it's always all about going specific. Okay. You got to be very specific with who you want to reach and connect with and who you want your message to get across to, because that's how it's always been. It's always been like that. When it comes to like the vanity metrics of seeing how many followers you have and seeing like, where your message is going to a lot of people, like it kind of like makes an illusion in your mind that you're talking to a lot of people and they're actually interested in what you're talking about. But the truth is that every single individual person that's on that social media platform that's tuning into your content and that's actually like following you or searching for you, etc., it's just one person. You're talking to one person at a time, but you're using a tool that amplifies your voice to talk to many people. Okay. So that's essentially like what I'm seeing with 2025. Everything that's happening on the algorithms, like obviously Instagram's testing a lot right now. Like they're even announcing like their algorithm changes, which is totally fine. It's really good to tune into, and just to get a reference point. But with that being said, it's not a perfect system. Okay. So that's why it's always about putting that marketing hat on and really using that framework and like seeing everything, especially on your marketing efforts, through the lens of a mad scientist, where you're experimenting, you're testing against the market, you're seeing what works, what doesn't work, and you cut out everything that doesn't work, and you just continuously test and you let go of attachment to the results, because it's not about what you care about. It's about what the market cares about, and it's about what your clients and customers care about, what the people that are that their community is following you, they care about. Okay, it's always about all that stuff. It's never about you. And one thing that I've noticed, especially when helping people on social media, is, because there's clients that ask me questions and they just can't crack the code for social media, or they've tried it before, it didn't work for them, etc. The biggest thing I always tell them first is, first and foremost, test everything. Like you have to test more. And this is something that I learned from my mentor, who said, most people, especially like I'm talking about business owners, like entrepreneurs, most entrepreneurs and most business owners, they don't test enough, simply because they don't know the limits of what they can surpass. And they don't even have a methodology of how to test, right? And so for everyone here, last episode we talked about, finance, personal finance, just that foundation. But today's episode, we're going to talk about making money, because 2025, this is something I learned like this past like few days. Okay. Because after we've been decluttering a lot intentionally to just clear the space from 2024 and to make room for abundance and opportunity for 2025. Okay. So we literally like got rid of like 30% of our stuff, which is amazing, because when you get rid of things, you let go of old things, you let go of old baggage, you bring in new, you open the opportunity and possibilities for new, right? So if you haven't done that yet, if you haven't done it for yourself in 2025, I highly encourage you to do that, right? Declutter. And two references, just really quickly, is Marie Kondo, right? The Magic of Tidying Up. Just watch a YouTube video and check that out. And it's going to really help you when it comes to decluttering. Okay. That's one. Number two, and she goes more into like the spiritual aspects of it as well, or there is some spiritual aspects in it. But the second one, which I highly encourage everyone to review and study if you haven't already, especially if you're new to feng shui, you don't even know anything about it, but you're interested in learning about it, is Marie Diamond. Okay. Marie Diamond is a feng shui expert, and she makes like learning the principles of feng shui really, really practical and easy to understand. Okay, and I'm going to talk about why that's important, because it translates directly into your money making activities. It translates directly into how you do things on social media, how you do things on Zoom, how you do things in your business, how you do things in your family. Everything that you say, think, and do, it touches that. Okay, so what I love about Marie Diamond's teachings is she just makes very complicated, complex ideas and breaks it down to the simplest terms that you can actually use right away. Like immediately after you hear it, you can use it right away. Okay. And I think that's super important, especially for all of us here as leaders, that when you're leading someone else, and you're teaching and sharing, right? You're just sharing information, sharing advice, sharing your knowledge, your wisdom, your experience. You're sharing with people that are learning from you and they're modeling you. They're modeling your success. You got to make it extremely simple for them to take action on because success loves speed, right? So when it comes to, like the feng shui, like one thing that I just want to touch on real quick, just briefly, whether you believe in it or not, whether you use it or not, is when it comes to making money. Because this is just something that I've experienced time and time again. So it's just something that I believe in because I've seen it work for myself. Okay. So that's why I want to share it because I don't hold back on Fire Hour, obviously. I share everything. And this episode today is about creating opportunity and increasing and exponentially skyrocketing your abundance magnets. Okay. The amount of abundance and opportunity that and chances for change that can come to you, especially when it comes to your money, your wealth pillar. Okay. Your finances, your money in 2025. All right. So I'm just going to touch on it real quick, but this is what she says. So I'm just relaying the message from what she says and what I've been learning from her videos and stuff. But she says that if you look at your home, the entrance of your home, the front door of your home, and don't look at it as yourself, but look at it as whatever you believe in, whatever your higher, like she calls it the universe. She calls it God, the universe, whatever you believe in. Okay, just say the universe. Just make it super simple. All right, it's just energy. But if you go to the front door of your home and you look at the front area of your home as the universe, as good energy. Okay, good energy. What do you see? And she gives the example of if you see shoes, like shoe racks, and you see shoes everywhere, and you just see clutter, you're automatically blocking your money. So this is something I didn't know. I started to learn about feng shui in 2020, and I never heard this ever. I never heard this specifically. Like shoes and clutter in the front entrance of your home, it blocks money from coming to you. Okay, whether you believe in this or not, right? And so I just again, this is just from my personal experience. Like I did it, I cleared it in 2020, and automatically, like money came in for sure. But when it comes to like me being intentional now, right? 4 years later and feeling the energy and also seeing the abundance, being able to see like opportunities come my way, right? Just from decluttering like the front door, right? Just from moving it, the front door alone. Like it's freaking wild. But she also talks about the quantum physics side of it where it's like science backed. And she talks about like the beta brain waves and the alpha brain waves. And when literally this is like what I experienced. Again, you could test it for yourself, but you just like tune into how you feel. Okay. When I was there in the front entrance of my home and I have all these shoes, I got the kids' shoes, got our shoes, and it's just, it's just a bunch of like clutter. And the reason why we had that in the very beginning was because we just didn't want to move all the way to the garage. And in the other house that we had, before we moved, like we did that. We moved all the shoes out. Everything was good. Abundance was flowing in. And then when we moved into this house, like we didn't do that because we didn't want to just walk a few feet into the garage to move our shoe to put our shoes away every day. All right. So we just did that like literally 3 days ago, and immediately like that, immediately there's a shift. Okay, there's a shift. This is from our personal experience, all right? And so, with that being said, the reason why I did that was just simply because of the why. Okay, why did I do that, and why did I seek this knowledge, and why did I act on it right away? It's simply because I'm being intentional for 2025. For 2025, it's the year of bringing your knowledge and everything that you've done and transmuting that into action and manifestation for a new reality for yourself. It's time to bring all of your experience and knowledge and wisdom and actually share it with the world. Okay. This is for 2025, right? 2024 was the year of, like really mastering everything you've done, right? And it was the year of abundance, the 8, right? Money. Now it's about skyrocketing, amplifying, exploding everything into manifestation and manifesting your reality. Okay, that's what it's about. And so at least that's my perspective. And so let me just read some comments. But Verge says, yes, if you can put a fountain by the front door too to attract money flow, right? And like when it comes to like feng shui, I'm not going to get into it because there's so much that I don't know, but I know that there's a lot of people here that do know. Okay, so I highly recommend to consult a feng shui expert as well, because I think that that's really important, right? Like feng shui, like it was a sacred tool that was kept secret from the general public, and it was only held for the emperors, the kings, the people in power, right? And at the highest levels possible. They didn't want to share this knowledge, this wisdom, this power with other people, because they had fear that it would be taken over, right? Their empires would be taken over, like their fortunes would fall. And so, like, there's a big shift that happened, obviously, in feng shui history, where it started to get spread out, and now we're fortunate enough to have this information. But that's like how sacred feng shui was, right? And so, Angela says feng shui is real. I did it in 2022. And a bunch of us did it in 2020, right? Jennifer says, yes, I believe in this. Angela says, my new home, 1 year, I had my Christmas tree in front of my desk. For some reason, I wasn't getting sales. I moved the tree and sales were flowing. This is real. You know what's so funny? Literally, like 3 days ago, no, on Monday. On Monday, I saw that at the auto shop, there was a Christmas tree put in the front door. And what did I do? I immediately said, yo, please move this Christmas tree. Nothing can block the front door. Okay. Your desk, this is something that I learned from Marie Diamond, right? Your desk, it's if you operate at your desk, wherever your office space is, like you want to be able to see the door, because that's where clients come in, right? Everything is from her. I'm just sharing what she said. Okay. I'm just sharing what she said. But I applied it and it worked. Okay. I immediately, what Angela said, like for whatever reason, she wasn't getting sales. Guess what? Right when she used proper feng shui and she moved, the energy, abundance came in. Okay. So I just, again, like there's so much that I can talk about when it comes to like her teachings, like what she has shared, like her whatever knowledge she has, because I've applied it and I've just seen the results. Okay. And so if you're tuned in and you really want to change everything for 2025, especially in your wealth pillar, okay, your abundance factors, your opportunities, like all that when it comes to your money, right? Your money energy, right? I highly encourage you to just, again, keep an open mind, attached to nothing, and check it out for yourself, right? Now, Bird says, I had one built right outside my door. You want it to be welcoming. Also, far left, most corner from your front door entrance is your money corner. What do you have in that corner? That's a good question. Like, you got to question everything when you do your own personal feng shui, right? Like, what's up, Verge. So, and Angela says, I have a big mirror in front of my desk for feng shui. Yeah, with mirrors, like mirrors double, right? Even like your TV is like a mirror, so it doubles whatever's there. So, anyways, it's for me, it's like very fascinating to learn about this stuff, because I'm just a student. Like I love learning new things, and especially when it comes to business, because I tie this into business. I tie this into my family, into my relationships, into my life. And so when it comes to all this stuff, like I love this. I love this stuff. So moving on, right? With the whole reason, like I just want to get the point across, right? The whole point of why I shared that is because it's about money, right? So just decluttering the front entrance of your home automatically should activate more money coming in. Okay. That's just based on like their principles in feng shui. And if it's gonna help you and it's not gonna hurt you, then why not? Why not try it, right? Why not experiment a little faster? Why not speed up the process for change? That's only going to benefit your life, right? And that's up to you if you want to do it. But again, this episode's about increasing and skyrocketing your abundance, okay? So with that being said, that's one thing. Now, the reason why I shared that, it's because, again, how simple was that lesson? How simple was that message? Just declutter your front entrance, move all the shoes away, like whatever is there that doesn't need to be there, right? Move it out, like put it somewhere else, right? And automatically more abundance should be activated. How simple is that message? Once you hear that, and if you actually believe it, right, or if you just are willing to try it, then you just take action on it right away, right? So there's a framework called KISS, right? KISS. Keep it stupid simple, right? Keep it stupid simple. Keep everything simple. Simple scales, fancy fails. That's something that I've just noticed across my entire life. Whenever I went into complex things, I started to go get fancy. I started to do all this crazy stuff that was really not necessary. because what's the purpose? I'm going to talk about like asking yourself the purpose for everything as well. That's a fundamental principle of a framework and a philosophical ideology of how to think. Okay, it's a way to think. Okay, it's another framework to use in your arsenal, your tool set. But when it comes to me doing things and making it like really complicated, what I've noticed is that like I slow down, right? And not in a good way. And not only that, but I also block my blessings. And I also don't achieve success at a greater level than I already knew I could have. Okay. So that's something that I highly encourage everyone to do is that, when it comes to your social media marketing, keep it stupid simple. Seriously. Like I'm not gonna like I can't make it any more simple than that. KISS. That's a framework to use for the rest of 2025. Start using it now. And if you've already been using it, great, double down on that. Okay. Keep it stupid, simple. Seriously. All right. Angela says, okay, this is for feng shui. I have a feng shui book that helped me. It's simple directory, the basics, wealth, prosperity, love, romance, family, harmony, health, career, workplace, happiness, and well-being. It's by Jane Butler. Nice. And again, right? Like a framework, shoot to the top. Okay. If Jane Butler is one of the top experts in feng shui, like take like learn and hear what she has to say. Like always shoot to the top no matter what in everything that you're doing because it's only gonna it's only gonna help you because of the data and insights and knowledge that they have. They've accumulated so many years of experience from their own work, right? And it depends on like their life path. It depends on their purpose in life. It depends on their passion. It depends on what they're meant to do in this life as well. And so when it comes to like these people that you learn from, whether it's like business, whether it's spiritual, whether it's relationships, whether it's family, whether it's your love life, whatever it may be, like always shoot to the top because they have the most information, right? They have the most information. And obviously there are rare instances where there's people that are nobodies, like they don't have like high status, they don't have celebrity status, they're not influencers, they're not well known, yet they have that 1% of knowledge, like they actually are at the top. Okay, so you like discern that for yourself. But whatever feels good for you, okay, whatever feels good for you. And again, take everything with a grain of salt from everyone and experiment for yourself, test it for yourself, confirm it for yourself, because that's where you'll truly believe in the experience and you will truly get the results for yourself, for your own self, your mindset and everything that you do. So with that being said, now Jen says, I believe in this too. I did it a few months ago. Every home has a money corner. That's true. When I found out where that was, I decluttered it, added a money plant, a fountain, crystals, and sage to that far left corner from my home's entrance. That's when money started flowing and I started hitting rank consistently. Oh, wow. That's a great story. Yeah, again, like it's just it's activating like your abundance in your life, okay? It's activating that. Like Marie Diamond really talks about like there's like three layers. There's like three parts to your manifestation. And so again, I just highly encourage just go to the resource. I shared the tool, I shared the resource. So because I'm not an expert in this, so I don't want to disclose or discuss it, but I wanted to share the concept and I want to share the resource that I have that I'm pulling from because I just believe that she is helping people, especially when this information, what information she's sharing. Okay. Whether it's Jane, whether it's Marie, whoever it is. I know Jackie has a feng shui master as well, right? And so like literally, whoever you want to learn from and who you want to seek information from, like go pursue it. Okay. But again, 2025, it's about transmuting this information, your knowledge, and bringing it into 2025 and actually using it. But like literally 10xing everything you've been doing, okay? Like really putting more effort and not being scared to share your voice. Not being scared and shy because now it's time. Okay? Now it's time to actually do this, to get louder, to raise your voices, to actually share authentically, but not just authentically, but like full out, okay? All out, right? 2025. What do you got to lose? Nothing, right? You got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Okay. There's going to be more impact made. There's going to be lives changed. There's going to be a lot of crazy things happen. But guess what? It's all part of the process, right? It's all part of the journey. So with that said, right? Again, the KIS, right? S, right? KISS framework for social media marketing. Okay, because now it's the second part of this episode. We're gonna talk about social media marketing, right? All your content, like obviously, like double down on everything you've been doing. And I'm gonna share like I'll share something when it comes to social media that I encourage everyone to do, because this is something I do with clients. This is something I do with our businesses, and this is something that I encourage everyone that like if you're doing social media, which everyone here is doing, like your business owner, entrepreneur, you should be doing this too. Okay, it's part of your marketing strategy. Everything comes back to your marketing strategy, and if you don't have your marketing strategy yet, like again, it's like what is the purpose? Okay, like what is the purpose of you posting on social media? What is the purpose of using social media to begin with? What is the purpose of your marketing strategy? What is the purpose of your content strategy? What is the purpose of all of these things that you do, right? When it comes to KISS, like keep it stupid simple for your social media marketing strategies for 2025. It's really about getting very specific, okay? Get specific. This is just something that you take it with a grain of salt again. But if you really want to see results and you want to skyrocket the results, maybe you've been posting on social media and it hasn't been working out. Well, guess what? Like now it's time for change, right? Just pivot and adapt faster and experiment faster because again, put that hat on, that marketing hat on, where you are experimenting. You become a mad scientist, you become a learning machine, an experimenting machine with your social media. And don't be afraid to post things. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. At least you got the data, right? What was it? Thomas Edison, he tried 10,000 ways to make a light bulb, and what he found was 10,000 ways of how it didn't work, right? It's the same thing with your content, right? And I'm gonna share right now just real quick. But when it comes to your content, right, like treat it like that. Like create different content campaigns and test against the market. And I'm gonna give you guys like I'm gonna share my flow as well, my content flow, and I'm gonna actually refine it and really go even harder on it. But I just want to share with you guys just real quickly what I do. So I'm going to share Star Motorworks. I'm not going to go into the details because this is our IP, our intellectual property, but I'm going to share just how I do like just a simple high level marketing strategy that you can do today. Okay. Remember, keep it stupid simple. Everything I share today, you can apply right after the call. You can apply right away. Okay. And it takes work, takes effort, but is it worth it? Right? You ask yourself that question. Is it worth it to do all this work? If you get results and it skyrockets your social media results and your business results, then is it worth it? Okay. So this is for Star Motorworks, right? Now, basically there's 5 steps that you should do as well. I encourage every entrepreneur and business owner to do for your social media marketing. Okay. So step one is create your high level marketing strategy. All right. There's definitely steps in this process to do it, but that's step one. Step number 2 is create your content campaigns. Okay, your content marketing campaigns. I'm going to show you an example. Step number 3 is find what works. Find what works. Step number 4 is double down on what works. Cut out the rest. And step number 5 is repeat the process, which it's true, but I'm going to add another layer, which I encourage everyone to do. If you haven't done it yet, is step number 5 is run paid ads. Okay, run paid ads. Now, if you guys recall, there was a few episodes ago that I mentioned that I literally just started to do paid ads for the very first time. Like I did it before, but I didn't understand it. And I understand all the marketing psychology and marketing principles of what works and what doesn't work for paid ads. However, I didn't know how to use the actual tool, how to actually do paid ads until I started to do it, right? I just had to learn. And so guess what? That was like the missing link for myself. Like part of my marketing arsenal, because my brother was my partner for paid advertisement. He was the one that, like, I was the front end for Ty Lopez and he was the back end for Ty Lopez, right? When we were in the teams. And so I would be handling all the customer inquiries, the customer support, all of the sales, all of the operational side of decision makings, etc., right? And like training the team, etc., all that stuff. And then he was in the back end running traffic. He's part of the traffic team, the marketing team, right? And so like he would be doing all of the paid advertisement, all the funnels, etc., everything. So I never worried about that stuff because we partnered up with our digital marketing agency and I would handle the client. I would bring in the clients, right? Because I know how to, because I was doing my personal brand and I was bringing in all the lead flow, right? I was unlocking deal flow just by posting content, building my personal brand. And that's how I got all my clients. Every client came to me. I never went to anyone. This is something I taught in high status networking, right? Is you don't chase clients. Clients chase you. If you want to do that, you learn high status networking, right? And so when it came to that, I would bring in the deal flow, and then I would close the deal, and then my brother would run the paid ads. Okay, and that's how we did our digital marketing. So I never, so I, why would I waste my time learning about how to do something when I have a partner to do it, right? Now, obviously, in hindsight, I wish I learned it faster because then I could just cut my learning curve, go faster. But it's okay because it's just part of my journey. That was it, right? And I had the opportunity to learn directly from Tai Lopez, but I said no to him. Tai was like, "Hey, Shun, like, do you want to learn? Do you want to learn about marketing? Right? Do you want to go into the marketing department? I'll teach you." And I was like, "No, I'm good in customer support." I said, "I'm good. I'll stay in customer support." Right? And I obviously have a story. It's in like one of the Fire Hour episodes. But long story short, upon reflection, right? I could have learned from someone who did $1 billion in sales online. And I said no. Okay. I said no. It's okay. It's okay. I'm still connected, right? But like that was a missed opportunity for myself, right? And that's the importance of being aware of who's in the room, being aware of who you're learning from, being aware of what opportunities are right in your vicinity, in proximity with yourself. You're literally a touch away, right? Literally like that. Okay. So there's always you can have second chances in life, like if you get lucky. And it's okay because like when it comes to like learning about paid ads, like there's so many resources, right? You learn directly from Facebook, from Meta, right? Learn directly from experts, right? I have my brother. If ever have questions about running paid ads, I can just ask him, right? So it's all these things, right? Anyways, with that said, like the 5 steps, again, high level marketing strategy, I'll show you. Content campaigns, your content marketing campaigns. These content campaigns is what you test against the market to see what works. Okay. So number 3 is find what works. Number 4 is double down on what works. Number 5 is run paid ads against that. Okay. Now I'm just going to show you real quick what I do. And this is just super simple. Again, keep everything simple, right? So this is literally so small right now. But I'm not going to show you the details, but I'll show you like a little bit what I do. You can see that, right? Okay. So this right here is just like, again, everyone has access to this if you have Apple, if you have an iPad, if you have an iPhone, but it's the app, the freeform app, okay? And in the freeform app, all I do is I create a high-level marketing strategy and I map it out visually, okay? Visually, because the reason why it's because I want clarity. I want to be able to see what I am working with and what I'm doing. And I want to see how everything connects, right? I want to see visually how everything connects because that allows me to unlock opportunities and to see like what's really working, what's not. And so what I have is, again, I just have the marketing strategy laid out. This, in a nutshell, this picture that I showed, I know some people can't see, some people can. It's okay, but it's just a picture. It's a visual map, right? It's a visual map. You create a map, and then from there, all these little pieces of content right here are your content campaigns. These are your reels, your content pieces that you put out into the world, into the marketplace. Okay, whether it's copy, like written copy, just text post. If you're like building on X or whatever, what threads, like that's copy. That's content as well. That's part of your content campaigns, right? But here's what I'm going to share, just briefly. When it comes to your social media, right? Before social media, there was just words, right? You can talk and communicate with people through just your words, right? Whether it was a phone call or when you're communicating in person, right? And it's just translated in words. But here's the thing, like there's that quote, right? A picture says 1,000 words, right? A video says 1,000,000 words, or whatever amount of money of number you want to say. When it comes to your business, as an entrepreneur, what I would encourage everyone to do, for me, from coming from a marketing hat, what I would encourage everyone to do, and it's obviously based on the purpose of your content, because there's many different creative formats that you can use, and what will work for your brand may be different from mine, etc. But that's why you got to test for yourself. But what I want you to take away from what I'm going to share is like video. If I had to choose between like sharing words versus a video, for me personally, I would always invest more of my time into the video. And the reason for that is because words are just words. They don't convey that much unless you really think it through and it's very strategic, right? Or you're able to bridge the gap from what's the story in people's head to those words. But that's a lot of effort, okay? That's a lot of effort. So what I'm saying is, instead of putting yourself through all that hard work and effort, right? Especially if you are running a small business, if your business is doing $10 million and under, it's considered small. So like, with that being said, like run lean, keep it like kiss, KISS, keep it simple, right? And then from there, unlock speed with your content marketing campaigns. And the reason for that is because, again, like you're in it's a new era, okay? We're in a landscape where the old ways of doing everything, all of the traditional methods of doing media, even on social media, everything has changed. Everything is shifting and changing. So what worked before, what worked 3 years ago, like 2 years ago, is not working today. There is so much advancements in the landscape, and it's going even faster. So you actually have to adapt, okay? And it's already proven at the highest levels in the billions. It's already proven, right? Content creators are already taking out corporations that have been established for 20 plus years. Content creators are doing it, right? So it's forcing dramatic and drastic change at the highest levels possible. It's only a matter of time before it starts to affect every single level. Okay. And the biggest thing that you're going to see, right, especially in 2025, because there's people waiting to get started on social media in 2025 today. There's literally clients. Like I need to reach out to this. I need to follow back with this client, but he asked me for help with their marketing. There's multiple people asking me for help for the marketing, and I'm just not getting back to them because I'm really busy. Okay. But with that said, they're still trying to figure out their social media because they understand that they need to keep up with the times. Okay. Like this is literally the exact phrasing. We're just doing social media because we need to keep up with the times. That is from a small local business. Now there's another business that's online that's asking for my help, and they're strictly e-commerce only, but they're like, we need to get our social media dialed in. Like, I need your help. That right there is a real problem for them because all of their traffic comes from online sales, right? So why are they asking me for this information? It's because I have insights and information and experience and knowledge that can be applied right away, make the difference. And that's how fast it can happen. Okay. It can happen for you like that. So with that said, like speed, especially if your business is 10 million and under, okay, and especially with this community right here, right? Like everyone here is building online. You're building your business online. You're also building in person, but I don't know how sustainable that may be for you. I highly encourage to build in person as well, obviously. But like if you can find leverage in tools such as social media, then why not do that? Right. So with that said, and people, again, 2025, people are waiting to do it. People are actively trying to figure it out. Like, and there's so much opportunity. I'm just fired up because I just know what's gonna happen for myself, okay? Just for myself. I'm really excited and fired up to get back into this whole entire game and just crush it because again, 2025 is the year of taking all your information and bringing it into fruition and really manifesting your reality, your change. And I'm gonna like that's the goal, right? Impacting lives on an international scale, okay, global scale. And so obviously, like I'll work with people at the local levels and at the small levels, but I want to go big as well, right? Again, when it comes to your vision, like just dream big. Like don't limit yourself, okay? And get excited. Get whatever you're curious with, like get excited and pursue passionately and don't hold yourself back because you're the only person that's going to hold yourself back from pursuing your goals and dreams, right? So don't like no one else is doing it. Like it's all illusion. It's only you that's holding yourself back. Keep yourself accountable to yourself. Lena says 2025 is the year. 9. Highest numeric value. Wow. That's that's interesting. So that's great to know. That's really great to know. And that makes sense too, actually. So that's right here, right? It's the year of knowledge and action. And again, so with social media, like if you I just again encourage everyone to do this. All right, I'll just go through the steps because I didn't go through it yet, but right, high level marketing strategy. The heck, high level marketing strategy. Make it visual. All right, you don't have to use digital. You can like print it out, use post-it notes, whatever works for you. Okay, just get this done. All right, I just encourage you to do it. Uh, do this a map, and then from there, your content campaigns. Whatever your content campaigns whatever works for you, then you double down on that. Okay. And then once you find what works, you double down on it, run paid ads against it. Okay. And so when it comes to paid ads, running paid ads, I have my phone right here, but I would have showed you, but it's okay. Start with just $5 a day, especially if you're a beginner, you're new, right? $5 a day. Because the way that the way that paid ads work, it's all auction based. It's a bidding process. So it's really like there's people who ask me for help and they ask me if if they should run paid ads first. And I say no. But here's the caveat because I'm changing this answer I'm giving now. Okay? Because I just learned something new, right? From my experience. If you know how to run paid ads, if you know how to run paid ads, then you should run paid ads right away because you just know how to do it. And the whole premise of running paid ads is you put $1 in and you get $2 out. Okay. So if you can do that, why wouldn't you run paid ads right away? Right. But now, if you have to go through your learning curve, you're not hiring an agency, you're not like hiring an expert to run your paid ads, right? Then obviously, like here's the method that I encourage every business owner and entrepreneur to do is to test organically, right? So, and that goes back to your content campaigns, which is step number 2, right? Create your marketing strategy. Step number 2 is run content campaigns. Your content campaigns is your content that you're posting on your social media, and you're just seeing what converts into leads, right? Converts into sales, and actually what builds your brand, builds your following, right? If you don't do that, and you just decide to run paid ads and you don't know how to run paid ads, you just waste money. Okay, you literally just flush money down the toilet. You are literally putting money and lighting it on fire if you don't know how to run paid ads. Okay, I've experienced it for myself. It sucks. I've advised against it, and clients have done it, and they lose their money because they didn't listen, right? And it sucks. And when it comes to running like the way that we properly do it, we use our 5-step process. It works, okay, and it gets results, and people are happy, and people make more money, right? So again, like just borrow my experience. I'm cutting the learning curve. If you want to do it, apply it. But again, in 2025, like test for yourself. I mean, start today. Test for yourself. Become that mad scientist and experiment faster. If you haven't run a paid ad and you're thinking about doing it, do it. It's only going to help you. Okay. So there's 2 tools. The first one is organic. Your organic tool is creating content organically, right? Editing it if you want, adding captions if you want, posting it online, seeing the results. That's tool number 1 for your organic. I always say this for Resurreccion Media. We say create content, build brand. When you create content, you are building brand. Now, what brand are you building is determined by the content that you create. So if you're creating a high status brand, for example, and you're posting low status content, well, guess what? You're not building a high status brand, right? You're building a low status brand and it's reflecting in your messaging. It's not aligning properly. So you got to fix that, right? When it comes to, like health and wellness, right? If you are posting about certain things that you want to post and it doesn't align with health and wellness and your brand is all about health and wellness, I'm not saying that your brand is, but I'm just giving that example as an extreme, then it's conveying a confusing message to people who are seeing your content. Okay. So you got to really get clarity, right? The 3-step methodology: clarity, direction, speed, right? You got to get clarity first. That's where your marketing strategy comes into play. That's where consultants like myself come into play. Okay. You got to get a strategist, a specific person, specific specialist, specific expert for the specific problem that you want to solve. Okay. Get very, very specific. I'm saying all these keywords for a reason over this episode. It's because I want you to just pay attention and notice and pick it up and actually apply it faster today because it's that simple. Okay. Keep it simple. So, all right. 2 tools, organic. Second tool is your paid ads, right? And you don't have to do it if you don't want to. And I don't encourage it. If you don't have the money to do it, you don't have a marketing budget to run paid ads, then don't do it. Okay. Go double down on your organic content because it's free. Okay. That's why it's free and paid, right? But again, with tool number 2, your paid ads. This is where, like this right here, paid ads, this is where you create leverage. Okay. This is what I've experienced. You create leverage and you can change everything. You can change your business dramatically. But the caveat is you ideally want to run paid ads when 2 things: you know how to do it and you're doing it against a content piece that's already been proven. Okay. So just to wrap up this topic, like when it comes to running paid ads, like I already have multiple winning content campaigns, right? For this brand, for example. And because I already know what works, I already know that when I run a paid ad against what has been working, it will work even more. And guess what? That was my experiment. And guess what happened? I got the results that I expected. I literally got the same, I just got my expectations just simply because I already knew. Okay. This is the power of knowledge. This is the power of getting experts and borrowing their 10,000 hours, 20,000 hours, whatever, your 10 years. Okay. I've been in this marketing game for 10 years at least now. Right. And there's something that I've been like wrestling with too. I wrote it down and I'll share it with you guys as well. But it's called the Olarian Destiny. And in a nutshell, this is like your business destiny. This is something that I learned from my mentor. And he talks about how in your Olarian destiny, this ties back into your social media, by the way. When it comes to your Olarian, I did this yesterday, literally at 3 a.m. in the morning. I woke up and I just could not sleep, and I just decided to like journal. And so for me, like it's just like a little diagram. You guys can jot this down, but like look it up for yourself. It's just a diagram. Okay, there's 4 questions to answer real quick. But your Olarian destiny, your business destiny, it's 4 things. Question 1 is, what did you grow up around? Question 2 is, what did people, like strangers, say about you? Question 3, is, what can you talk about endlessly on a Saturday morning or a Saturday night out with your friends? What can you talk about endlessly? Question 4 is, what have you been doing for the past 10 years in your career? Okay. So, for me, basically, like, I'm not going to share like my stuff, but I'll share the last one, number 4, right? Number 4 was, what did I do for the past 10 years in my career? Well, it stemmed to one thing, marketing. So I've literally been doing marketing for the past 10 years. And I didn't even realize it because I just never asked that question. But guess what? I was being very intentional with what I want to pursue for next year and how big I want to go, and like all the different products I want to create and just pursue and offers I want to do, everything, right? Because I want to acquire more businesses, right? Our goal for next year, like Crystal and I, is to acquire one new business every quarter. We want to buy a new business every quarter. Okay. That's what we want to do next year. If we can get to that, I don't know. We don't know. Okay. But like we're shooting for that. Okay. That's what we want to do. We want to buy a new business every quarter. Okay. Now, for me, I'm using my Olarian destiny as a filtering process because there's a lot of opportunity. Because when I build on social media, deal flow automatically comes to me. I don't chase deals, deals chase me. So I already activated that, right? If you haven't done that for yourself yet, you got to do that too. Now, and that ties directly to your social media, your personal branding, your social media, okay? And so it's all in your content, it's all in your strategy. Now, when it comes to like, our goal, right, of acquiring businesses in 2025, right? Well, how can we go faster if we don't know what we're looking for, if we don't have clarity? That's why I did my Olarian Destiny. It's because I want to get clarity. I want to get crystal clear with my filtering process. So that way, when a deal comes to the table, which it does every day, when a deal comes to my table, it's presented to me, I can immediately, without wasting my time and energy, I can say, oh, does this meet my criteria? Does it go through my filter and qualify? Does it pass? Does it pass go? If the answer is no, I immediately just, it's not us. It's not for me. But maybe for someone else that I know. Who knows? We'll keep in touch, right? And I move on. Because success loves speed. Okay? Success loves speed. There's a really good video that I encourage everyone to watch. It's another resource. It's by a guy named Ryan Serhant. And I'm pretty sure he does $1 billion in his business, but he has a really good video on billionaires. Okay. And for me, again, like, what did I share before? A fundamental and a philosophy. Like I used to go from the beginning. I only worked with 6-figure earners and 7-figure earners, like millionaires. And then like I lost it all. And I was like, why am I working with millionaires when I already came from even higher than that? 8-figure earners, 9-figure earners. I'm going to learn from billionaires now. Guess what happened? 3 months later, I actually, a client who actually IPO'd for over $1 billion hired me to help them with social media marketing. Okay. So that's what happened because I put it out there into the universe, right? I put it out there. I put out what I wanted to attract. They came to me. I didn't go chase the billionaire. They came to me, but I connected the dots. I connected those bridges and I linked that energy to myself, and guess what happened? Boom. Literally 3 months when I lost it all. I lost everything. And someone who IPO'd for over $1 billion hired me to help them with social media. Okay. That's how 3 months. That's how fast things can change for you. Doesn't matter your background, doesn't matter like your situation, your current situation. If you have a desire to change it, you can change it. I've been through it. Star Motorworks, Star Motorworks, the streak that Star Motorworks is on. When I first moved to Newport Beach, 2018, I was living like in the luxury resort place over there, apartment. Then I lost it all. Then I was on the streets living in my car on 17th Street and in that area. And now I own a business on 17th Street. Right? So it's just crazy how things happen all in the same place, all in the same like street. Okay. So that's just part of my story. That's part of my journey. Right. I know there's people on this call, there's people that are going to see this video on YouTube. There's gonna be people that are going to see this content who are going through it. I've been there, right? I've been there. There's people that have it worse, people have it better. But guess what? The whole reason why I share that story is because, that is my story. That is part of my transformation, part of my change. If I can go from like, nothing to something, to losing it all, to something, to losing all, to something, like you guys can do it too. Okay. It's possible. It's all possible, but it depends on your path, depends on what you do, depends on your decisions, depends on your mindset, depends on your personal development, your leadership development, depends on how serious you are about your life, right? Jim Rohn has a video or a seminar, Get Serious, right? Sometimes there are times for seriousness, there's times for fun. There's always a time, place for things, okay? So on this episode, it's about like dialing in that social media for yourself for next year and really applying these philosophies and strategies for yourself. I share all these things for a reason. I don't hold back. It's because I want to see you win. I want to see your life change. This is why we do Fire Hour. It's free. It's freaking free. Like, come on. Like, let this learning lead to action. You know what I mean? And I know that you guys don't need motivation. You guys don't need motivation. You guys are already inspired. You guys are already motivated. I'm just giving you guys, this message is for people who are going through it right now, right? This weekend, it's going to be Thanksgiving. There's people out there who don't have food. There's people out there who are not on social media. There's people out there who are just trying to make it. There's people out there who are looking for change right now. They just know that they don't even know that you can just take your phone and start to build a business online. They don't even know all these things. They don't know that Thrive's out there. They don't know all these things, right? There's people's lives on the line that you can actually impact when you get serious about social media, when you get serious about putting your message out into the world, when you get serious about really becoming and stepping into that leader that you are, because everyone here is a leader. I truly believe that, right? Fire Hour is for leaders, right? You are a leader. So with that said, when it comes to your social media, like, don't hold back. Like, don't be scared to ruffle a few feathers. Don't be scared to put your message out there into the world. Don't be scared anymore. No longer holding back, right? Jackie, here's something that I really love about Jackie. Like, she's been doing Thrive for, however many years, but then she decided to start to pursue more of a spiritual path for herself. Like, she's in alignment with that, and she's actively putting it out there, right? Guess what? I admire that about her because she's not fearful. She's stepping out of her fear and putting out her message to the world, right? For all of you here, whatever that is for you, whatever message you have inside, right? You got to start to put that out there. It's only going to create more abundance for yourself, right? For the Love Tower, we did the Love Rising Festival. That created momentum for the nonprofit. That we are having a bunch of different people from all walks of life and at very high levels being attracted and being interested in the Love Tower now. And we're like, oh man, like why are we not moving? Why are we not creating more momentum? Why are we not doing all this stuff? Right? We got to get out of fear and go into action. We got to use the momentum and let it lead to just massive change for everyone. And guess what? It's there. It's here. It's happening. You know what I mean? It's about to get louder even more, right? There's so much in the works. We're about to get even louder, even more for that, right? Part of me doing Fire Hour, part of me building my personal brand, part of me doing all this stuff is about changing people's lives because I truly believe in change. I truly believe in doing this, right? So again, like for yourself, you're only like when it comes to social media, because we'll wrap up the episode. When it comes to social media, like there is no downside to doing more. There's no downside to really like testing against the market, because there's so many people out there who are going to get on social media, right? You're first to market still. Still to this day, you are first to market. There are corporations out there who are trying to figure it out now. There are small businesses who are trying to keep up with the times. There are businesses doing $10 million and under who want to get to the next level, but they need to unlock their social media game, right? All of it is here, and all of it's happening now. And it's only going to happen even more because the landscape continues to change, right? Jennifer says, thank you. I look forward to Fire Hour. Funny thing is, I've been decluttering since last night and doing it now. After listening on here, I'm going to have my contractor come over and take a wall down that is in front of my door. That's really good. You know, thank you so much for the motivation, right? This team is amazing. Yes, thank you. You know, and I appreciate those words. You know, I appreciate that feedback, because this is part of why we do it, right? We want to hear feedback. We want to see like what you guys need help with, right? That's why I always ask questions when you need help. All right, especially when you have someone who is specialized in certain skills, certain aspects of business, right? You gotta like take advantage. Take advantage. Jackie says action. Exactly. Like this is all what Fire Hour is all about, right? It's about action. So, you know, here's some action items, okay? Because we'll wrap up this episode. Action items for social media, right? Again, if you haven't done it, like just take 20 minutes to do it. Like just get started on it though, okay? Be quick but not in a hurry, and use it's a framework that my mentor taught me, right? It's IP versus PI, right? You got to be impatiently patient versus patiently impatient, okay? Meaning that just be quick to take action and then slow down after you take action, okay? Because that way you put yourself into the motion of doing first, all right? So, takeaways, right? Action items. Do the 5-step process. Step 1, create your marketing strategy. Step 2, test your content campaigns against the market. Step 3, find what works and double down on that. Step 4 is double down on that and cut out the rest. And step number 5 is run paid ads against what has been working. What has been working. If you don't know what's been working, you got to keep on testing. Keep on testing. If you've been trying everything, you can't figure it out. Well, guess what? That's when you start to ask for help, right? You start to ask for help, seek guidance, seek help, seek mentorship, etc. But get help when you need it, because guess what? That's why it's there. Right? It's a tool for yourself. Okay. Jackie says A/B testing. Yeah, like split testing. There's a good book on it called A/B testing, split testing. So read that book. Right. Pick up the information. Let the learning lead to action. Check out the feng shui if you want to. But again, create that abundance for yourself for 2025. Alex is asking, is there a certain number of views and or interactions that determines what's working? So that's a really great question. Let me turn off the vacuum, because it's like we have a robot vacuum that I scheduled it for 7 a.m. Well, you guys can't hear the vacuum, right? So okay, so Alex's question, is there a certain number of views and or interactions that determines what's working? So it really it depends on your business. However, I say no, okay? And the reason why, it's because it's about your metrics. So let me just give you, like, I'll just give you the answer right now. So there's a quote, right? Feed a man a fish. So give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man a fish, feed him for a lifetime. In this scenario, I'm just gonna give you the fish, okay? But we can go over this on Fire Hour as well to teach. But when it comes to like the certain number of views, it does not matter. And here's why. It's because you have to ask yourself the purpose. I know I didn't talk about this on this call. We can talk about it in the next episode, but you always want to this is just what I encourage everyone to do. Philosophically think, okay, is ask yourself, what is the purpose of my content? What is the purpose of a view, right? So the purpose of a view is one view equals one person saw my message. Now, is that person someone that converted into a lead and actually became a paying client, became a customer? If the answer is no, then obviously, more views matter, right? So I hope that answers your question, right? Whether you get 1 view or 100 views, it doesn't matter. As the only thing that does matter is, what was the purpose of the content? If the purpose of the content that you shared was to sell a product or service, or to build a team, etc., and it met that purpose, that 1 view met that purpose, then it only took 1 view to achieve the goal. Does that make sense? So that's why, like, when people ask, like, do I need to go viral? Do I need to, like, how can I get more views? Well, the thing is like, what's the purpose? I always ask that question, like, well, why do you want to do it? Why do you want to go viral? Why do you want to get 100,000 views? Why does it matter? Well, it's always because, especially with the people I talk to, it's like because they want to get sales. So so then the purpose is, all right, well, you gotta be in front of the right audience, and then that audience has to convert into a lead or into a paying client, book a call, etc. And that's the purpose. Then yes, like maybe you gotta get more views, right? Jackie says these are all real marketing strategies, guys. Exactly. Companies pay multi six figures for people who can do and perform these skills. Exactly. And that's why, social media marketing is such a lucrative opportunity. Even today, I know people have been like, we built the biggest SMMA, which is like a social media marketing agency program in the world, right? With my mentor. And so obviously he owns the trademark on all that stuff. But we built that together when I was working for him. And we taught the most people in the world about how to do social media marketing. And to this day, I still see opportunity with social media marketing because there's new business owners every day. So always asking like, hey, I need to do social media. Like, who can help me? Guess what? Like, that's part of my product suite. It's like, well, I can help you with social media if you need it. Right. So yeah, again, it doesn't matter about the views. It just matters about what the purpose is. And if your purpose is to convert into, paying clients, paying customers, then, more views obviously help, right? With word of mouth, with referrals, with getting paid clients, paid customers. But it just depends on, who is watching. And whether it's one view or 100 or 100,000 or a million, it doesn't matter as long as it converts into paying clients. Okay. Now there's different metrics when it comes to getting more views, such as building brand awareness, building word of mouth, building brand credibility, building reputation, building referral market, recruiting for affiliates. There's so many different metrics for it, but again, it just depends on the purpose, right? So, I'll answer one more question. And Angela says numbers don't matter if you can't convert them. Exactly. And that is a great takeaway right there, right? It really doesn't matter unless you convert them. Again, it depends on the purpose. Jackie says watch time, non-followers are good KPIs, clicks and engagement. They are good. That's all good analytics to look at. Good insights. You can get a lot of good insights from that. Angela says, learn how to be authentic and connection. Yeah, and you'll only learn how to do that by doing your content, okay? By actually doing it. This is why I encourage all business owners and entrepreneurs to do their own content if they want to, because you're only going to gain a new skill. It's only going to be a benefit for you. And it may not be the best use of your time, depending on the purpose and depending on your position, but it definitely will be a benefit to your business, depending on your business as well, okay? There are some businesses that you don't want to share too much because it really reflects in your intellectual property. But again, it just depends on your business model, and your purpose. Jackie says, if you see that increasing, double down. Exactly. Yeah. So really, again, the takeaway is to do the 5-step process that I laid out and just see what works. And if you need help, ask. Okay. Always ask questions. Always ask questions. And also in 2025, I'm going to be refining my strategy for Resurreccion Media, but specifically for Fire Hour as well. I'm probably going to be talking a lot more about social media because I'm going to be like part of the next 90 days for myself is to double down on social media and to really like start to build a lot more content based around social media because I'm going to be creating offers for that. So that's not for this community, but that's for people who are interested in that. Again, your information, all of your content that you put out there is going to be directly correlated. This is my prediction, but I've already seen the insights, so I'm kind of operating off of data. But all of your content should be very, very specific to the person that you want to reach. Whether it's one person, 100 people, 1,000 people, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million, it doesn't matter. Okay. Get very, very specific and purposeful and intentional with who you are trying to reach, and you will see results. You will see your content reaching the people that you want it to reach. You will see your content reaching the community you want it to reach. You will see results. You will see change happen. Okay. I hope this episode was helpful. There's so much more we can talk about, so much more. But again, only got an hour on this. So hope you have an amazing day. Crush it, dominate your path. If you have questions, ask it. Okay. 2025 is your year. Get prepped and ready now. It starts now. Today is the only thing we have until we wake up tomorrow. Make today count. You got what it takes. You got to give it all you got. Let's make it happen. Dominate your path. And we love you. All right. Have an amazing day. We'll see you on the next episode. Let's get it. Peace out. You are all welcome. Happy Thanksgiving. Love you all. We are grateful. We're always grateful. Thank you. Peace out.